when I got this van 4 years ago, I pulled all the headliner out and everything, and I insulated it with Havelock wool insulation. And I didn't get it all put back together, so I had an exposed section right here. So right now I'm getting ready to mark this piece because it doesn't fit right. I was going to show you my little technique for doing that. It's I saw it. I didn't really see this online. I saw something similar to it, and then kind of come up with my own little twist on it. So let me see if I can get this set. All right, let's try that. I got to get up in here, so give me just a second here. So what I've got is a Sharpie with a piece of solid wire, and I'll run this along the edge, and it'll trace it out. Then I cut it, then it'll let me slide it back. So I got it. Let me get my jig set up here, and I'll show you. Takes just a second here. So what I do is my maximum depth or the reach, I set it on my jig here. So I'm winding the wire around it. So let me keep winding here. The idea is I only have to cut out, least amount of material. All right, that's pretty close. A little bit more here. All right. And what I like to do too is pull it back off the Sharpie, and the last run, just twist it a little bit tighter. So when I push it back up on there, it's snug down on the smaller part. And then I'll try to make it to where this tip is on the same plane as the marker. We'll do it kind of like that right there. It'll make sense here in a second. All right, I think that's going to work. Let's see what it looks like over here. Nope, needs to be a little bit longer. There's a little bit deeper spot over here. All right, that will work. That will work. Let's bend this up just a little bit here. Okay, so there's what it looks like. So as I trace this along the side, and it goes in and out around the contour, it's going to mark it up here on the board. All right, right here. Just trace across through here. All right. Now we're going to follow this contour out like that. See it come out? Sorry about that. Keep coming across. Now it's going to go right back in. I want to go this way. It's easier for me to pull the Sharpie than it is to push it. It seems like it pulls smoother than when I push it because of the angle anyway. So over here, we'll push this up just a little bit. Oh yeah, now over here what we're going to have to do. Looks like just straight on across. So we'll just take this straight on across right here. And then this side over here, looks like it'll go straight on across as well. So let's just mark this here. All right, let me put the cap back on, show you what we did. I got my jig set up here, my third hand to hold this. All right, kick this out. You can see I've got just the wool up in here. So now we've got this profile. All right, I want to go cut that profile out and we'll see if it fits. Which, with that kind of high precision device, it should fit. I'm sorry I'm moving this camera. I've only got so many hands here. Let's try this. All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna pause this because it's loud. And no need of y'all hearing that. All right, I'm back. I got the contour cut. That's what it looks like. Clean it up later. Eventually this will get covered with headliner material. Right now we're just getting it fitted in here. Oh. I don't have enough hands to do all this. That looks pretty good right there. Looks like it needs a trim. Let's lock it in here. All right. So it looks like it's a little tight right here and right here. So let's mark it. I'm gonna find my marker here. It's fitting real good right here. Our contour looks good. That's a nice fit. All right, so looks like in order for this to go on up in there, it's gonna have to be cut right here. And right here. Now, let's see. How far are we gonna have to come over with it? I'd say push that up in there. It'll be like right here. Just do a little freehand, like a freehand artist. Oh yeah. Let's see here. This has got a little hump right there, so we need to give it a little more clearance. So we're gonna go like right here. So this one, feels like. I think this one will have to do like this. Oh boy. Wait till you see this. I keep hitting that microphone because I'm not used to being on my head. All right, check that out. So we got this little piece here, this little piece here to cut. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna leave you set up there. All righty, I'm back once again. All right, so now I got this little piece notched out. Well, got a little splinter on there. It's like the guts of the wood's hanging out. Let me see if I can get my knife out of my pocket. First rule of a knife, cut away from yourself. That's extra, no charge for that. Okay, so it's gonna go in this way. So we've got this little notch cut, and this one cut here. Let's see how this looks. Oh boy, that's close. All right. Okay. That looks pretty good there and there. That'll go up in there. A little rubber jack. Okay. That actually looks good there. Let's see what it looks like over here. That's up against it there. So let me go get some screws. We're gonna call that where it goes. And just go ahead and put some screws in that and call it good for now. We've got some more pieces to put in. Let me see if I can get this camera up in here and show you. All right, so this will push up in there and go forward a little bit. So all that'll snug right in. See if wide angle's any better here. Okay. Then over here on the side, we got to put a structure this away to close this off. And the same thing over here, we'll put a structure this away, close it off. So that'll box it in, and we'll do something with that. So that's the idea. The transition from this stuff hanging down. So let me go get some screws, and we'll see how that goes. All right, because we're drilling into, I think it's some 3/16 box tubing. It's what they used for the roof support. We need to put in a pilot bit. I already broke one off, so let me see if I can. All right, that pulled up nice. It seems to be a little better. Oh, backbreaker. All right. Trick is really pushing hard up on the screw so that it'll doesn't chatter on the head. Old Phillips screw heads are awful for that. Got that all down my shirt. I dropped the screw here. I like to pick them up. That way I don't run over them. So this is the type of screw that I'm using here. Man, that focus is awful in it. How the guys hold their hand up like that? There we go. So it's a 1 inch, and it's a self-tapping into sheet metal with a big old pan head or a big flat head on it. It's almost like it's got a flathead washer built into the head of it. All right, now let me give you a close-up of it. I'll have to fix this one where the holes don't matter actually, because I'm going to cover it up. I'll cover this whole piece with headliner material. So there we go. Let's move on to the next one.